All right, they've got a general administration number, and let's call that. It's 1-202-307-3198.
You have reached the Federal Bureau of Prisons. Please select from the following options. For the inmate locator, press 1. For inmate programs, services, or inmate family inquiries, press 2. For the Office of General Counsel, press 3. Wait while I transfer your call.
General Counsel's office.
Hi, my name is Rudy Davis, and are you located in Florida?
No, Washington, D.C.
Oh, Washington, D.C., okay. My friend, Pastor Kent Hovind, he's been in prison 8.5 years. I've got his Bureau of Prison registration number, and all charges were dropped yesterday. He's been in prison 8.5 years. He's already served his time. He should have been released to home confinement in February of 2015. And I'm wondering, the Director of Bureau of Prisons, my understanding is Charles E. Samuels, Jr.?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Do you have a contact phone number for him or an email address? I'm really trying to get his attention because my friend has spent 8.5 years in prison, and he should be let go because all the charges that were coming against him were dropped yesterday, and there's no reason not to send him home. And every day he spends in prison is like a,
Sir, did you hold on 1 second?
Okay.
Thank you. Director's office, this is Wendy.
Oh, great. Hey, Wendy, are you in Washington, D.C.?
I certainly am.
Praise God. Okay, my name is Rudy Davis. I have a friend named Pastor Kent Hovind. I have his Bureau of Prison registration number. I can give it to you if you like.
Okay.
Okay, his registration number is 06452.
I'm sorry, say that again, sir.
Yeah, 064 52 -017. And his name is Pastor Kent Hovind, and he's got millions of people anxiously awaiting his release. I know that sounds like a dramatically overstatement, but I promise you it's not. And I was trying to get a hold of a message to Charles E. Samuels, Jr., to let him know about Pastor Kent Hovind, because he's literally 2.5 miles from his home, and there were charges that were keeping him in prison, and all of those charges, every single one of them, were dropped yesterday. And Kent Hovind is in Pensacola, Santa Rosa County Jail, and he's literally 2.5 miles from his home, and he should have been released in February to home confinement because he's already done time served for a crime supposedly done back in 2006. And if somebody could make a decision just to let him go home, and he's only 2.5 miles from his home, he should have been released in February. I tried to call the Bureau of Prisons earlier, and they said the lady that was working his paperwork retired, and my heart nearly broke. It's like, I'm glad she retired, and I hope she has a good retirement party, but it's like we're just trying to get this paperwork done so our pastor can go home.
Okay, oh, please, I'm going to transfer you to CPD.
Okay, thank you.
Morning, Assistant Director's Office. Can I help you?
Hi, are you in Washington, D.C.?
I am.
Great. Okay. My name is Rudy Davis, and I've got a little story to tell you. It's regarding Pastor Kent Hovind. I've got his Bureau of Prison registration number if you like it.
Sure. No, I have it already.
Oh, you already know who Pastor Kent Hovind is?
I do. I learned all about him yesterday.
Oh, praise God. Okay, so here's a little story. So there's millions of people anxiously awaiting him to be released. He's literally 2.5 miles from his home in Pensacola, Florida. All the charges, every single charge that was coming against him got dropped yesterday. So people are praising God for that. And we're concerned because I was told that the lady that was working the paperwork retired. And bless her heart, praise God that she gets to have a retirement party. But we're like, every single day he spends in prison, we're like, he should have been released to home confinement in February of 2015, and we just think it would be great if he could be released, even today or tomorrow, and just, go home to his family. He's only 2.5 miles from his home. It would be such a wonderful blessing. Is there anything that we can do or any information we can?
What they're doing basically is pretty good. We're collecting all the phone calls, and we are gathering them and giving them to our execs, which are the higher up guys. So they are getting the message.
Okay.
I know they're doing whatever they're supposed to do. So that's all I can tell you at the moment.
Okay, the only thing I would request, and I really appreciate that, but the Charles E. Samuels Jr., I understand, like, he's the top dog, and sometimes things get lost in policy with, like, when it's not escalated, but my request is if he could just be made aware of the situation, or if there's any way I could send him...
He's definitely aware.
He's definitely aware, okay.
Yes, they just transferred you to me.
Okay, all right. Well, I very much appreciate your time, and you mind if I get your name, if you don't mind?
Mm-hmm. Chanel.
Chanel. Okay, Chanel. Well, is there any other contact information or email address, or from your perspective, just everything's being done that can be done, or?
Yes, sir. That's
Okay.
just about it.
Okay, thank you so much, Chanel. God bless you. All right.
Well, thank you.
Bye-bye.
When will we know?
No, so hold on. They were all in Washington, D.C., by the way, and the phone number that I used to get a hold of those guys was 305-536-5710. 305-536-5710. You need to ask for Charles E. Samuels Jr. Charles E. Samuels Jr., he's the top dog in the Bureau of Prisons. You just heard Chanel told me that he's aware of it, but if you call him all day long, he'll even be more aware of it. You know what I mean? Be friendly, be kind, put on your best Christian behavior, but let's make them fully aware we got millions of people anxiously awaiting Kent Hovind to be released from that prison.